Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. So today is, what's today? Today's Sunday. Sunday fun day. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of mindset and how your mindset matters. And it's something that can either hinder your success or it can take you forward so that you can be successful. So if you're just tuning in, please make sure that you comment below with where you're watching from so I can give you a nice little shout out. Because we're going to talk about why people think that they're always right? Because, you know, if you're anything like me, I am always right. It feels so good to feel like I'm right about everything. Like, why don't people listen to me, right? So make sure that if you're just tuning in, you comment below so that I can give you a shout out. Also, if you're watching the replay, drop a 2 in the comments and make sure you smash that subscribe button in the top right corner so that you never miss another #Million$Baby video again, and you can tune in for the live conversation. So let's talk about why people think that they're always right? So, you know, it feels so good when you feel like you're right, and that's really what it boils down to, an emotional thing, right? There's an emotional connection there to feeling right. Hello, Carl. There's an emotional connection to you feeling like you are right all the time. Only what you say matters. It doesn't matter what the other party thinks, right? And you go to bat for what you believe in, right? So one of the things that I learned today was that being right it's like a mindset, right? So if you want to be successful, you've got to change your mindset. So let me see if we can dissect this for a second. So if you are the person that is always right? You're very passionate about everything that you talk about with others. You know, you're very strong in your convictions. You go to bat for what you believe in, right? Even down to simple things. So maybe you have a favorite sports team. And maybe, you know, your favorite sports team is playing and they call a foul on your favorite sports team, right? And you're that person that's like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, ref, you need glasses. Like, that is not a foul. What do you think this is? Oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. And you're just up in an uproar, right? So I know everyone's been in that situation before, over a sports team, or maybe it's been over politics or religion or whatever, right? Drop a 3 in the comments if that's been you before. Aw, thank you, Andrea. I look cute. Thanks. I tried today. Today was one of those days where I was like, I need to leave the house. I am feeling myself. Whatever. But yeah, so maybe you were that person where your team was, you know, literally the smallest thing, because you were so loyal and so passionate about that team, right? That made you feel like some sort of emotional connection where you felt like you had to defend them and then attack whoever was coming for your team, right? Drop a 3 in the comments if that's ever been you, right? And it could be for anything. Like I said, it could be for a relationship. It could be for politics. It could be for religion. It could be just for anything that you deal with, period, right? When you believe in something, you're always right. It doesn't matter what anybody says. They cannot do anything about it. It's just like I'll give you a better example. A Beyonce fan, right? The Beehive, right? The Beehive is known across internationally. The Beehive is a prime example of the mindset of you always being correct, right? You cannot argue with Beyonce's Beehive members. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna go down. You can't tell them nothing, right? So this mindset that we're talking about is considered a soldier mindset, right? Because a soldier goes to bat for what they believe in. They're conditioned to have their adrenaline elevated at all times. They're conditioned to defend and protect their honor. They're conditioned to attack anybody that's coming for them, right? They're conditioned to make some ideas win and then others lose. They're constantly shutting things down. So, you know, you might be having a soldier mindset, especially if you think that everything about you and everything that you think is always right. That means that you have a soldier mentality, right? So we need to start thinking about these things. You are not always right, okay? Jalila is here to tell you, you ain't always right if I'm not always right. Because I feel like I'm always right. But I've had to learn to chill out on that, right? I'm not always right. So how do we change this mindset, right? So the other mindset that you need to be working towards, instead of that soldier mentality, you need to be working towards a scout's mindset, right? So scouts are a little bit different. A scout is the person that's the lookout, right? A scout is the person that is curious, is open-minded, that's grounded. A scout is the person that when somebody comes to you and says something, they're not just defending something because they believe it and they're passionate about it. They're looking for the actual truth. They're looking for accuracy. They're looking for facts, right? They're going to go find out what the answer is. They're going to go find out if something's wrong. And whatever stands in the middle, like that to them serves to be true, after they've gained different perspectives, they're going to go with that. They're the person that is not scared to say, I made a mistake, I'm wrong today, right? So a scout is the person that's proud enough to tell people when they're wrong, to admit that maybe my way is not the highway today, right? Maybe my way is not the best way today. Maybe, just maybe, I went and looked it up and you were right. You were right. You won today, right? These are the persons that not only can admit that they're wrong, but also they're not defensive. They're not defensive because they don't have to be, right? They're going to go with whatever is the best decision. So having a scout mindset is going to help you in your decision making. It's going to help you to grow, right? And be better professionally, be better personally. It's going to help you to identify obstacles beforehand. It's going to help you to figure out how to get over those obstacles, right? So you've got to start changing your mindset, and you've got to understand that it's okay for you to not always be right. The scout is also the person who can say, you know, they're the person that when something is not correct, it's not stupid, right? They're the people that can applaud you if you come up with something that's actually really smart, right? Or you have actual facts. They are the people that get pleasure from when they learn something new. You know, I have to admit that I used to be a soldier. I used to have a soldier mindset. I can't even sit here in front of y'all. Jalila is always right. Drop a 5 in the comments if you got a soldier mindset too. It's okay. Like, whatever. I'm a reformed soldier. And sometimes I revert back. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. Some days I just want to be right and that is it. Like, I don't really care, right? It happens. I'm learning. Work in progress. Some of y'all might be too, and that's okay. We can learn together, right? So the thing is that I am trying to be more of a scout's mindset, right? A scout that looks for understanding, a scout that wants to have a full picture of actual reality, a scout that goes and finds the answer, a scout that's excited about new ideas, right? And is willing to make some changes and know that my way is not, it shouldn't be my way or the highway, right? We need to be able to change our mindset so that we can do bigger and better things, because you've got to be able to be innovative, right, in your businesses. You've got to be able to be creative. You've got to be able to look at all sides before you make some sort of judgment, before you defend, before you attack, right? You don't always have to be on the attack, right? And if you want to grow, then there's no reason for you to be on the attack, right? We need to be working together, and we need to get some sort of pleasure from new info, from learning new things, right? That's what it's all about. So, you know, we want to be able to work towards this. So even if you're not there, you can get there, right? And you want to start having good judgment, making accurate decisions, and it really all boils down to what your mindset is like. So, you know, I feel like there's a certain level of maturity, and sometimes you just don't realize that you're doing it. I mean, I didn't realize I was doing it until I started to grow, right? And I think it's because you feel so strongly about certain topics, and, you know, you're just like, well, I hear you, but I don't hear you. Like, I don't really care. Like, you know, you can't do that, right? You can't do it. I think that there are times when it's okay to agree to disagree, but it's not okay to attack others and be so on the defensive that you're not even hearing the other perspective. Or that you're just making some sort of comment or assumption, but you didn't even do any research behind it. Like, you don't even have real logic. It's just because you like the Spurs today. Like, that's it. That you don't have, okay, I like Beyonce today, so I'm just going to defend every little thing she do, because that's what the Beehive does. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of people watching this. They're going to be pissed off with me. I'm probably going to get cussed out by the Beehive. But I like the Beehive. I love her. I really hope they don't cuss me out for this, y'all. I feel some sort of way. Because, see, what they don't know is, in my brain, Beyonce is like my BFF. Okay, I said it out loud. Sorry. So, yes, I just had to digress that really quickly. The point is, we're changing our mindsets on Sunday, okay? So, you want to be a soldier or do you want to be a scout? Which mindset do you want to use, right? And we are striving to be scouts together so that we can achieve our goals, we can be positive, we can make great decisions going forward, and we can pass good judgment. So if you felt like you got value from this, I want you to drop a 10 in the comments below. If you are watching the replay, still make sure that you drop those 10s. That helps let me know if I'm giving you guys great content, if you like it, if you love it, if you hate it, whatever, right? Also, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Jalila T, hashtag your $1 million baby. Even if you're watching a replay, smash the like button, give me some of these, give us some of these, and if you never want to miss a live broadcast again, you want to be part of the conversation, smash the subscribe button in the top right corner of the video, and you'll always be notified, because it'll be tragic if you miss it. You don't want to miss it. Stop catching a replay. Get on the live, right? So you can actually have an opinion. I'm with it. So you guys have a great Sunday night. I'll talk to you later. Figure out if you're going to be a soldier mindset or if you're going to have a scouts mindset. I'll talk to you later. Bye.